Welcome everyone to the Hot Topics podcast. This is your host Psycho 4081, and I'm here with Felonious Feather.
You don't have to say my name. I can say myself.
I'm saying your name.
Oh, Felonious Feather.
And we have here
Demetri Ward.
All right, thank you for joining us. We don't have Lamb Chop here today. She took a day off, a well-deserved day off, but we're going to have part 1 of 3. And today's topic is going to be, this episode is going to be about movies. Specifically epic horror movies,
which is my specialty.
Yes, I know she's a very good fan of horror movies, and it's kind of odd because you would think that
I'll be scared, right?
Yeah,
because I'm so tiny.
So we're going to talk about that in part 2 and 3 because we're going to break this down into 3 sections or 3 episodes because there's so many horror films out there that just needed to be, worthy of mentioning. All right. Okay. So as always, we're going to start off with our trending news. What news do you have for us today?
Me?
Yes.
Jesus is Lord.
Jesus is Lord. Okay. that's the trending news. So this is one of the news. If you guys are in the politics, I'm going to bring this up because I just saw something where Mitt Romney, who was he's a Republican from Utah, when he used to be the senator from Utah and former governor of Massachusetts. But he was a big critic of the Republican Party. He was one that voted to.
What party is he from?
He's a Republican. Oh. So he actually voted to impeach Trump, right? But he's been a big critic of Trump and his own Republican Party, especially now that he's out of politics. So it was kind of surprising that he, I'm reading a statement that said
he's supporting Trump.
He's not supporting Trump in a way, but he just said that Biden should have pardoned Trump. And I'm thinking, why would you pardon some? That's the problem with politics because, people are not being held accountable.
Wait, Biden can do that?
Biden can do well. So in the U.S., the president can pardon anybody who has federal charges. Okay. He can't do anything with state charges. And that's what the governor can actually pardon a state, but not federal. Okay, yeah. So I thought that was pretty odd, seeing as he had so many indictments, and he's just a wreck from A to Z. So right. And what was it? His former not Secretary of State. What was he? The guy in charge of the Department of Justice, Attorney General. Yeah. Bill Barr was another critic of Trump. At first, when he was there, he was hiding him, tried to pass him through when it came to that investigation, and but he was really critical of him, saying how he was unfit. He gave.
Yeah, even if you're going to even pardon somebody, it's not someone that calls you Sleepy Joe. I'm definitely not going to do that, definitely. And then he wouldn't stop talking. You know what I'm saying? He's not humble enough to be pardoned. Like, okay, I'm going to pity this person. His mouth will not just stop running. Right. So that is.
I think part of getting a pardon anyway is that you have to really admit to your guilt,
wrongdoing,
your wrongdoing, right? Yeah. And obviously
he's not going to do that.
He'll never do that. He'll never do that. But even Bill Barr said that he was going to support the Republican nominee, knowing it was going to be Trump, right? After you just said that you had all this inside information, you observed him for 4 years, and you said how inept he was, how incompetent he was, how
but now you're going to still support him.
Yeah.
Or maybe he has hope that Trump is not still going to be the person.
Well, then you know what? He should do his part to make sure people know not to support him, right? So that's the hypocrisy of American politics. Is like, are you more loyal to your party or are you loyal to the United States?
A lot of people are more loyal to their party. So
and that's not good.
If they don't have a perfect or good candidate for the Republican, but it's still their party, so everybody's going to support party. People vote mostly by parties than the individuals.
And that's a sad state of affairs.
Well, it's not just in America. It happens everywhere, all over the world. So
okay.
And then there was news about is it Cohen, Mike Cohen?
Michael. Oh yeah. Mike. I think Lamb Chop mentioned that before. His attorney, who actually spent time in jail for his charges involving the hush money. Yeah. From what I hear, he was a really good witness in I don't know how that's going to play out, but he basically spilled the beans. Oh. Right. So and we was thinking about this, like if you were convicted of a crime and you got sent to prison, now you're basically the person who ordered you to do it, to commit a crime.
And he's obviously going to be guilty. So
right. So that means if convicted, you should have jail time too. You can't have somebody who following your orders, right, go to jail and then you're not going to jail. So that's going to be an interesting aspect of that. Another news was we didn't have any Diddy news this week. So
wait, what of the man? Is it Rudy Giuliani?
Oh yeah, good one. Also Rudy Giuliani, however you want to say it. He was indicted in, I think it was Arizona. Oh, really? Yeah, it was at Arizona on election interference, stuff like that. But they said they couldn't find him.
So, he was missing, MIA?
Yeah, or they just couldn't figure out, where to send the information. I don't know, but that's interesting too, because now you're getting all these key players in there, close people, or co-conspirators, so to speak. They're, getting indicted and recognizing the wrongdoing in different states, Michigan, Georgia, Arizona, and I think it was a few more. But we'll see how that goes. And I know nothing will probably happen before election day. So, that's I guess that's an unfortunate thing. But
well, on to our news for today. What are we doing today?
We are doing horror movies. I wish we had a special effect like that. Yeah, but we don't. So, if you pull up the social media, we want to get some of those comments in there as well. Okay. So while she's pulling that up, I want to tell you we have an event that's coming up June 29th. That's a Saturday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at 9828 Liberty Road in Randallstown. We're going to have a wine and pasta podcast. So it's like a wine and pasta social, but we're going to have a podcast, and we're going to ask some people in the audience or some of the attendees to come up there and take that fourth seat and talk about maybe four, good, exciting topics, and, put people in the hot seat. So if you guys are interested to join us, we're going to have 3 different main entrees. We're going to have Cajun chicken pasta. We're going to have shrimp Alfredo pasta and jerk veggie pasta. And you're going to have your choice of white or red wine and side salad. And we're going to have some desserts and some prizes. So we might make it a contest. So, make it more fun and more, involving. So that's coming up on Saturday, June 29th. You can find the information out if you look at the events tab on www.hottopicspodcast.com. And that's P-O. I messed it up.
T-O.
It's T-O.
P-I-X.
That's right. Hot Topics with an X, not a C. Mm-hmm. So we have that. Or if you guys are connected to 4410online.com, you can actually go to the events part with that too. So let's jump right into the movies, the scary movies. I had a hard time figuring out what we was going to title this, because Demetri and I, we were talking about different things, good movies, like lead actors and stuff like that.
I don't think you really do you like scary movies? No, you don't.
I do.
That sounds like Scream, a line from Scream.
He doesn't like.
There you go. What's your favorite scary movie?
I know you don't like scary movies.
I do like scary movies. I just, certain movies I don't like if it's too gory. I can get down with the ghost stories and the all that type stuff and the zombies, but I don't like it when it's really, really graphic and people are getting disemboweled, stuff like that.
Some of them movies that are real graphic, they're not scary. I separate them.
What was that movie that you were really scared of? Me? The one I was seeing, it was the movie about where the book was writing a story about certain people. I forgot what it was called. You remember what I'm saying? Like it was teenagers, and then the first one was a girl. One girl, the boy became a what's that thing on the farm you put a scarecrow?
Oh yeah.
That one, yeah.
Oh, Children of the Corn?
No, it wasn't like a series, but it was a a movie that we saw.
Yeah, we saw it together. Good. He couldn't handle it anyways.
So we have a technical difficulty. The computer went down for some odd reason.
Oh, don't we have like a guest or something?
Yeah, we have a guest, but I don't know if he's still going to be connected because the computer went down.
Oh. So we have a poll.
Okay.
For the Hot Topics poll, and I think 7 people voted.
Okay.
Somebody said the Scream franchise.
What's the poll about?
Scream franchise?
Oh yeah, the poll was about which is the best scary movie series.
Okay, and the choices are
Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and other I will name.
Okay.
So
you see what the first one was? She said
Halloween.
Halloween, very impactful scary movie of all time. It did a lot.
There's a title called Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween is the actual Michael Myers franchise.
See,
oh, really?
I look at it like this: it impacted the world in horror.
Hey, whoa! You get ahead of yourself. We're talking about the poll now. We're gonna go down. You have your movies?
Oh yeah.
We gonna get there.
Well, nobody actually picked Halloween.
Yeah.
Funny.
Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that a lot.
One person picked. Oh, and then I think that's on behalf of Hot Topics. Oh. In inverted commas, Friday the 13th, and 2 people went for Nightmare on Elm Street, and then other people went with other ones that they will name that is not listed. And somebody chose the Scream franchise. Why didn't you put Scream on there?
Because I didn't want to have a whole bunch of
list.
Yes. So I gave them the opportunity to actually, say what they wanted to put on there.
So Scream. Let's talk about Scream. Scream. Yeah, it had. Yeah,
Scream was with the mask.
The mask. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what are the comments? See, they put some people up there. Some people put some comments.
Not that one. Not this kind of comments. It was just a Zoom link. And then somebody said Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Okay, what's that about?
That's actually a pretty good movie. It's about ghosts. And we're gonna talk about that later on. But Poltergeist for me was an impactful movie too. But that's a famous.
Oh my God!
How many did they have? 3?
Yeah,
maybe 3.
They had 3.
Oh.
So.
And then the last one was the last person commented the Jigsaw Man, and you helped to say Saw movies.
Saw.
Oh my God! I just remember that was like scary. That was like mind blowing, crazy.
Well, that was one of the movies that I was talking about where I don't like because of the gore. I can't watch the Saw movies. I don't think I even.
That's just one. Twisted. That's just twisted. It's like
it's not scary. It's just twisted and gory.
Yeah, it's like. But then I like the brain behind it. I like the fact that it was different. You know what I'm saying? Just waking up somewhere, and then you have to, and then that's just twisted. That's the person that whoever wrote that movie must have a twisted mind, because like you just wake up in a room one day, and then you have to the key. You're chained up or whatever, and the key to let yourself out is in your stomach. You have to open your belly and rip it out.
I'll be dead. I'll be dead.
Like, the pouch is somewhere in your stomach or whatever. They got things like that.
Or on somebody else's stomach.
Yeah, you have to open it up.
You have to sacrifice somebody else to
or
save
your
you.
arm. You have to cut off your arm to do something. You know what I'm saying? To get out of a chain or to escape. Or my God, that was crazy twisted, but I saw it all anyways. So I guess the man had cancer. He was gonna die, so then he came up with all these twisted ideas.
There was another movie made. They made 2 of them similar to that kind of, but not as not the twisted part. It's just gory. It was called Hostel.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Hostel 1 and 2, but that was gory.
Yes,
that was really really gory. That was like Saw 2.0.
That was a really good.
That was old style. I'll go sit down.
That was a. Yeah. You
make sure you eat
one.
before you watch it.
Recording in progress.
Did y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm loaded back up the Zoom link. Computer went down, so we may not have any participants now, and we apologize for that. But we'll see what we can do here. So getting back to that, my son did a project, and he had to do a podcast on something that he learned in his class, right? So he decided to do, I think, American horror. It was an American horror documentary. So that's what he wanted to do it on. And I was like, man, I thought about it. I was like, that's a good topic because, you know, you get to look at movies throughout the history and see the differences. Like, you know, why did it impact you? Why was it scary? All the you know, the good things throughout the years. You've seen them progress. You remember the scary movies back in the day when they was all black and white,
right, to
the movies we have now. They're, you know, huge difference. So, one of the movies that you and I talked about this, and I won't say these were the scariest movies, but the ones that I picked out, I'm gonna pick those out because they were kind of iconic, right? They were the ones that they were different, and one of them I think is the scariest movie of all time, even scares adults today. What do you think that is?
Exorcist.
Felonious, have you seen Exorcist?
Yes, but I saw the recent one on Netflix.
Oh,
there's a new one.
Yeah, there's a new one that looks scary.
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Two girls, a white girl and a black girl.
It was a priest.
Yeah.
That tried to deliver.
So it's not a sequel or anything like that. It's just a remake of the original.
Movie, yes.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Well, did it have the two little girls in it? The
No.
black girl and the white girl?
No.
They had one that was recent. Also, not too long ago.
No, the one that I saw is about a priest, right? A priest.
All of them should have to do with the priest.
Yes. Let me see.
You might have maybe you saw the original one.
No, she would definitely know the original one because that was made in the 70s.
Unless that's one with what's his name?
This
from
one.
Gladiator,
Okay, this one says
Russell Crowe.
The Pope's Exorcist. That's
the Pope's Exorcist? Oh, it wasn't called The Exorcist.
No.
Okay, so that's a different movie. Okay. So we have
but they do have a recent one.
A recent one
with two girls. Yeah.
Okay. Not a remake, not a sequel.
Not a remake. It's just another one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I would like to see them do a remake with all the technology they have today. But I don't want to see another sequel. You get me? Because I think some sequels kind of ruin the whole franchise when they have too many and they have to and I won't talk about your Fast and Furious movies. But my first one is The Exorcist. Is a classic horror film released back in 1973. Now, that was before both of you were born, right? Yes.
No.
Yep.
Yes.
Not me.
You wasn't even a
Stop
sparkle in somebody's eye.
Out there. You just don't even
I'm
keep
just
putting
saying,
my age out there.
You
don't know how old
diapers.
I am.
You just got a diapers.
You don't even know how old I am. So
she was born in 42, so I'm not sure.
That's more like it.
We're gonna so The Exorcist was released back in 1973, directed by William Friedkin and based on a novel of the same name. But the story is about a young girl named Reagan. You remember Reagan?
Yeah.
All right. So Reagan, who becomes possessed by a demonic spirit, right? Her mother seeks the help from two priests, Father Marin and Father Karras. And they had to do an exorcist. And one of them was an older priest. Exorcism, yeah. What did I say? Exorcist?
Yeah.
But basically, as they do the exorcism, this is the things that scare people. Like you saw her do all types of stuff, like rising up the
head, turning around,
throwing up, and all that type of stuff. So, but there was one scene I think that was deleted. I think. Do you remember The Exorcist?
No.
Okay, so you remember there was a scene in there where she actually she was running up the steps.
I heard about that.
Backwards, like a spider, but backwards. And I saw that clip. It was after I saw the original, and I was like, "Oh my God, why didn't they leave that in there?" That's another one to have kids wet in the bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty good one, and I think for me that was I won't say it's high tech, but you had all the special effects in there with the floating bed and the changing of the voice and it was just scary. And I think a lot of people could connect to that one because that was something that is for most people is believable. Right. Like it could happen. And I know one of the co-hosts here definitely believes in that.
Whatever. Yeah, because I grew up in Africa and these things happen. So.
So, yeah, but that was a good one, and I don't know if it won any awards or anything like that, but I think for it to be released back in '73 and still in this day and age still scaring people, that's a powerful movie.
Yeah, that was an impactful movie too.
Let's bring in see, we have Grayson back on here. Let's see if he
I'm back on. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the computer went down. So but thank you for coming. Have you seen The Exorcist?
Bits and pieces of it.
Oh, you got to see the whole movie. That is like the scariest movie of all time, I think.
I'll go see it again. I don't know.
So you didn't see it?
I did, but then because you said the old one.
Yeah, this one was 73. Let me see. Was it black and white?
No,
it was color, right?
It was color.
Black and white.
No, it wasn't black and white.
Even the movie that we saw, what's the name of that movie that I saw recently that I got you to buy for me?
The Canine? It
was older than that and it wasn't black and white. So.
Okay.
No, Exorcist wasn't black and white, but you're going to need him to watch it with you.
I don't know. She hold her own on the horror movies. That's the surprising part.
I'm not scared. Okay. I'm not scared of the horror movie. He's going to be scared. But both of us is going to be the one scared. So.
No, I'm going to tell you this. There's many things that
and then he'll try to distract himself by looking at his phone and all that kind of thing so that he doesn't cry or whatever.
Let me tell you, some of the things.
So you don't jump.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't. He cannot handle. I'm telling you, literally, because I like to watch horror movies. He cannot handle.
But she watches the B movies though.
What's the B movies?
B movies are like
baby kind of movies.
Second class.
Lifetime scary movies.
Yeah, you have.
You cannot even handle those. What are you saying?
I'm a G.
Yeah, right.
All right, so what is that? We were talking about the Exorcist, but I think because back then it was so
new,
modern for its time, right? So it'll scare people today. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna do a team watch. Okay. We gotta bring Lamb Chop in. I know she's seen the Exorcist.
And like you said, it was like the first time you seen them kind of special effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have what movie did you say?
Can you ask the person what?
Grayson, you there?
What's up?
I'm here. What would you say is the scariest movie that you've ever seen?
The scariest would probably be, and I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen it on one of them Discovery shows, but the Amityville Horror.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
It's what?
Amityville Horror. That's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an older movie. I think that came out maybe in the 70s or 80s.
That was the one, the possessed house, right?
Yes. That's a good one. And the guy that played in that, I think it was James Brolin. I believe it was, but yeah, he sold that movie too. That was a really good movie. But we're going to talk about Poltergeist, right? No, she didn't see Poltergeist.
No.
Oh, okay. We're going to watch that too. The old franchise. But what movie did you say was the scariest that you've seen?
I don't know. I see a lot of scary movies, and I'm going through some of it, and that I've seen a lot of them, so I don't even know.
So now one movie pops out because everybody can say what's the scariest movie?
Now he was telling me Saw. I just remember Saw because Saw was when I was younger, growing up, that really stuck to me. That's when I probably realized I loved horror movies. That was scary for me at that time.
Weren't you scared? What was that movie? Strawberry Shortcake?
I don't even know what that is.
So
you cannot even lie.
She was scared of the peculiar purple pie man of Porcupine Peak.
Yeah, right. Then there's this movie. No, that I would not say. Oh, I just saw this movie recently. I believe you saw it too, Split. Did you see that movie, Split? It's about this guy that had 13 personalities.
Oh yeah, she's talking about Split with
the guy from X-Men.
I don't know his name.
He played in X-Men, but the Professor X, the young Professor X.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
And that
that's a Marvel.
It tied into Unbreakable also.
In Glass, yeah.
In Glass.
Yes.
That is Marvel franchise.
Yeah, so that was like, I wouldn't say that's scary, but that was just like twisted.
Yeah.
Too. Like he had like 13 personalities and all that. But then that's not even
that's not
scary.
I wouldn't say it's scary. That's like the typical woman, right?
13 personalities.
You got jokes, right? So I've seen a lot. I've seen this movie called so I just glanced through and I saw like Blood Red Sky.
Red Sky?
Yes, it's about a woman that was like beaten by whatever it was. She had a son, a boy, and then they were going to take a plane. You haven't seen that movie?
No.
What is it called?
Blood Red Sky.
That's a Netflix film?
Look at it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Nope.
Oh, you should say that one too.
All right, so make sure you note that one because we're gonna watch that one too, and then we're gonna gauge your.
No, that's like.
And she's trying to walk it back.
Oh no, and then the Pope, that's the one that stands out to me. Really, the Pope's Exorcist.
The Pope's Exorcist. Okay.
Yes, that one really stands out to me too.
I think I might have. Now I don't remember it, but I remember.
I think we saw it. Yeah, we saw parts of it together because I was seeing it. Yeah.
Okay. She's got to watch the first one though.
Yeah.
I would pause on that one and watch the first one if you really want to get a scare. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that one's not scary because I hadn't seen it, but I mean
that one too was scary. The Pope's, that one too. I liked it. I actually liked the movie.
All right, we're gonna watch. We're gonna all watch. Right, we're gonna do it right on that TV. We're gonna set the movie. We're gonna turn the lights out. Maybe put that little red light on there. So we're gonna see how that goes. But all right. So you said the Pope's Exorcist was your scariest movie that you know. What about yours?
I can't remember. So.
My most scariest movie, believe it or not, even though I felt like Exorcist is like pretty much the top scariest movie of all time, but mine starts with Halloween.
Halloween, okay.
Because it's
the first one.
The first one because of the iconic mask, the art of stalking, the music, John Carpenter's mind, his thrilling imagination of scary. It worked, and that movie impacted pretty big.
So you mentioned John Carpenter. Now he's had quite a few movies that was pretty good. It sticks out to me because it was called John Carpenter's Vampires or whatever. But yes, it's pretty good. I think it was Vampires. Mm-hmm. But you mentioned something earlier that was interesting about for most people who probably didn't know about Halloween.
Oh yeah, the Michael Myers mask was actually a mask of William Shatner from Star Trek. So when John Carpenter went into the store, and he was just searching for a mask. He didn't want to do nothing too scary, monster face and all that. So he happened to turn around and seen the kid buy a William Shatner mask, and he was like, "What is that?" He was like, "Oh, that's William Shatner," the guy at the register. He was like, "You know what? I'm gonna get that." And it was a change of game.
I never knew that. And like I said, I love William Shatner growing up. You know who William Shatner is? That's who played the guy who played Captain Kirk on Star Trek, and T.J. Hooker. So yeah, and that's crazy to me. All these years, because that's a creepy mask. I would be insulted if I was William Shatner. They made a mask of me and it looked like that.
I mean, he could have did Spock, because Spock would have been creepy too,
right?
Because obviously they made the mask real white, pale. Right. So,
but look at the hair. Look at the hair though. Now, Captain Kirk always had his hair was laid out in that mask. But yeah, that was. Another interesting thing, like he and I had a debate. It wasn't really a debate, but it was like, which movie? You saw Friday the 13th, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't see Halloween.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so. Well, I think you would probably know if you saw Halloween because that's but most.
I see movies, but I don't remember.
You remember? Okay.
Halloween is Michael Myers.
Let me look.
I don't know if you can remember Michael Myers being in a movie that you've seen. That's Halloween.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. They
made a lot of them.
Yeah, that's who sticks out for me. But what was it? Which came first? Did Halloween come out first, or did Friday the 13th come out first? Because both of them are iconic movies. Guy running around in a mask with a big knife and indestructible, blah blah blah. Right. So which one actually came first? Do you know? Well, she doesn't know. Was it Grayson? Grayson, you know which one came first?
I was gonna say, wouldn't it have been Halloween? Because Halloween seems like the first one might have been like a '70s movie.
You're
like at the last end of the '70s.
It says Halloween is 19.
You're 100% right.
You're absolutely right.
Movie.
I didn't know that because I'm thinking about when I was growing up. I was like, man, I remember Friday the 13th first, but obviously this came out in '78.
Yeah, but even Friday the 13th is an 80s movie, 1980.
Yeah, 1980. Or was it 80 or 81?
80.
80, but okay. Halloween came out 1978.
Yeah.
So 3 years later. I mean, before.
So that was something that I didn't know. That was one of them. I was today years old when, found out about that. Then that was yours. You said Halloween. So I'm gonna say
Halloween is mine first.
Your first. Now here's the other one that I picked out, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, and if you haven't seen this, we're gonna watch that one too, because Lamb Chop says we have to have a movie night, and we're gonna do where we picked out some of the movies and.
We don't do podcasts, just watch movies and eat.
Oh, we can do that too. So we have this one. This one was for me scary to me. It was a black and white one, right? But I think this set the trend for this type of movie. Night of the Living Dead.
The black and white one.
Yes,
I'm scared of that one.
I'm sure I've seen the latest one.
Well, the original one that was it for me. I mean,
the guy he said they're coming for you, Barbara. They're coming for you. That creeped me out when he's just saying that, and then you seen but they tried to I don't know if they remade it or
they did remake that
into the 90s. It was like, or maybe the 80s. It might have been the 80s, and it was just gory but it wasn't scary. That one was scary,
right?
Like not gory, but like scary. Just because I don't know, because the zombies in black and white.
I don't know what it is about that one, but it was maybe because it was the first of its kind, zombie. And it was kind of like something that you can feel like, oh, this could happen, I don't know.
That was just something about black and white. The way zombies look in black and white, they just look scarier. It wasn't,
So, Night of the Living Dead is a classic 1968 American independent horror film. Independent horror. This is, George Romero directed it, and basically it's a group of people trapped in a rural farmhouse, and I think that's probably one of the elements that makes it so scary. Imagine being out in the boonies, and you're trying to hold up in a farmhouse and a place that you're not familiar with and all that type of stuff. So in the city, you say, we have lights and people here, whatever, but you're in the middle of nowhere, with graveyards, people just popping out. So I think that had a lot, and that was actually set in Pennsylvania, which I did not know.
I didn't know that either.
I was thinking it was going to be like somewhere in the South, but so they tried to survive the zombie apocalypse. And if you don't know what a zombie is, because you've been in a hole for your entire life, but it's basically a corpse that's reanimated, like a dead body that gets reanimated. And walks and
not necessarily a dead body, because all the zombies, the Walking Dead.
Well, they're dead.
Some of them, they're not dead.
They are dead.
No, they bite other people and then they just become...
But they're dead.
But they're dead. They're dead. But they come back. They reanimate.
But so if you bite somebody, then they're dead and then they come back.
Yeah. So and even in Walking Dead, when they get bit, they don't turn into a zombie. They die first, and then they come back as a zombie.
I was going to say, think of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which probably is to this date probably the scariest video ever made.
And he hit you with all kinds. Now see that zombie in color,
right?
That whole setup was scary. But Michael Jackson hit you with the werewolf at the beginning, like whoa, first time you ever seen that, like and then the zombie thing. So it was like
Oh, so speaking of which, since you mentioned the Michael Jackson thing, right? That was kind of influenced by American Werewolf in London.
I heard about that.
And then
they're making a video.
I can see that.
Thriller. They're making a Thriller.
And John Landis is the one who actually directed that. So I thought that was a pretty good. I guess he went to a heavy hitter to make that real.
Michael Jackson liked that movie too.
Yeah,
he had a lot of say in that. Also,
well, Michael Jackson was a big fan of horror, like the occult type stuff. Like, so he was a big fan of that.
Okay.
But He didn't. Did he write that? No, he didn't write that song. By the way, anybody knows who wrote that song?
Vincent Price wrote that.
No. Vincent Price. He did the narration. He did the rap part at the end.
Oh, you talking about the
falls
song
across the land.
Yeah. I know he did that.
Who wrote the song?
It wasn't Quincy Jones.
Nope.
I know he didn't do that. Jeopardy?
Nope.
I'll
give you the Jeopardy. The guy who wrote it was a guy named Rod Temperton. He was the piano player from oh my god, I just lost from the group that sang Always and Forever.
Oh, really?
What's the name of the group? I just
like a thing to me.
Yeah, I just Heatwave. So yeah, Rod Temperton wrote a lot of those songs on Thriller and some of the songs on his first album, Off the Wall. Matter of fact, he wrote Off the Wall.
I didn't know that. Yes. I did not know that.
Yeah. So it's funny. Is a English guy who plays in a R&B band, from the 70s, that wrote and produced some of the greatest hits of all time.
Right.
So that's kind of off subject, but everything's tied in. So Night of the Living Dead.
I got another one. I just can't remember it. It's it's a black and white one. It was the slasher hotel. It was a Alfred Hitchcock.
You talking about Psycho?
Psycho.
Yeah, I got.
Oh, we have a Psycho here.
Psycho. It was in black and white, right?
Black and white.
So that was odd too, because if I recall, who was the actual
woman,
the killer,
Norman Bates.
Norman Bates was actually dressing up as his grandmother or his mother. He was dressing up as his mother. And killing, and they made a remake of that, and incidentally, the lady who played one of the ladies that got killed, who's in one of the scenes, she was famous for her scream, and I think her granddaughter or something played in one of the sequels or whatever, but that was or remakes, but that was pretty interesting. But Psycho was a good movie, but you and I was talking about how horror movies have changed over the years. That was a perfect example, because if you remember Psycho, the first one, especially in the shower scene, you see the curtain pull back and you see the knife go up in the air and then you see it go down.
Yeah.
And then you see the blood trickle into the water down the drain. But you never see the actual blood and you see the blood drum, but you don't see the actual impact of
you never saw
knife.
The person.
Yes. You don't see it plowing through the skin and blood spurting out and all that type of stuff. So that has definitely changed over the times, plus with technology and special effects. But back then you could make a Alfred Hitchcock movie that shows horror without having the actual gore. So. And
I also think that they didn't want to put that scene into the movie. It took he had to persuade them to leave it in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast about it, and I think that was one of the scenes that was supposed to be cut out, but he kind of persuaded them into leaving it in.
Well, I know
if I'm not mistaken.
I know they glad they did.
Wait, what did he?
Because that made the movie.
That the shower scene. You talking about the shower scene, right?
Yeah.
That's an iconic scene. Even if you didn't see Psycho, you saw that clip of the shower scene.
Shower scene with the knife.
Yes.
Well, also remember back then when the movie was made, it was a few scenes you never really saw.
Right.
You never really saw the shower or someone taking a shower, and you never saw the bedroom with the beds together.
Yeah, and then and definitely nudity was out.
Yeah.
Well, another thing I think when I think about it too is a lot of these movies, to me, a reason why they were scary because they left a lot of gore out, so you focused on the creepiness.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when you add too much gore, that's when it becomes not scary. It's I ain't gonna say not scary, but it's like how you saying Saw.
Okay.
That's supposed to be.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah. That's supposed to be like considered horror.
Right.
But it's so gory. Nobody's scared. It's just they like not creeped out. They like
I was like, that was creeped out by the gore.
By
same
the gore.
Same thing with. I'm gonna tell you the difference. Like I think in that same sense, like Hostel was just a great movie, and it was like something that hit me because it was like, oh, that can happen. right? That is like really easy to happen. So, and I always think about that. Like if you travel overseas and you go to an unfamiliar place, you travel by yourself. Next thing you know, you're in this hostel and you're in one of the sequels. So
like if I get a perfect example is like he was saying about Saw. You take Saw and you take the first Halloween and you watch one after the other, and you ask somebody, which one was actually scary?
Well, some of the things I think that makes it more scarier, and you'll see that over the ages, the music.
Oh yeah.
The music will actually make the movie scarier, and it brings you to the height of excitement. Sometimes like the, well, that's Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. No, that scared me. That scared me. I ain't gonna lie. I watch Twilight Zone without the beginning.
But even
every episode,
even in like when you talk about Friday the 13th, that's not even music, but it's the effect. Yeah, when you heard that, it was like
sound effect,
right?
Okay.
But they don't do that nowadays in these new generation scary movies. The music is not like epic,
right? So they're looking more to how can we creep people out with the gore, with the blood splattering,
the long hair floating in the air, floating in the air with long hair. That's what every scary movie has now.
But all right, so now let me ask you about this one. Now this one, I never thought this one was that scary, but it was it was creepy. But I think it was a lot of things. I think it was more complex that took away from it being scary. But The Omen. You remember?
Oh,
did you
man,
see The
I
Omen?
forgot about that one. No, I didn't say that. I saw it. Yeah,
you saw it. Felonious, did you see The Omen?
The Omen.
The Omen.
The music also for that one. Dun,
exactly.
Dun, dun, like that was
So that's another one that was made in the 70s. That was made in 76, right? But anyway, they had this American diplomat named Robert Thorne who adopts a young boy named Damien, right? And that's a creepy name now just because of that movie, Damien. After his own child died, so they started having strange things occur, and then as the kid Damien grows up, they started suspecting that it was related to him. And he was creepy. But what was you remember something in the movie that was even creepier than him?
He was the Antichrist?
That was kind of what they said, but what was creepier though, like as in visually? Like I thought the dog.
Oh, yeah.
The dog.
Yeah. The black dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That that was a big part of the movie. It made it creepy. Yeah. Actually, it was the dogs.
The dog and the music. That was a good example of how music can make the film scarier. Halloween is another example of that. Halloween, that music you already knew when that theme came on. You already knew something's about to happen. It's about to go down. So
it was just the music throughout the whole movie. It was just like it was just scary. It's just scary. Like you watch it with the music down, and it might help you.
Now I got one for you too. What's the oldest Dracula movie? Because that's the iconic horror film is Dracula. So what is what's the oldest Dracula film?
Vampire or Dracula?
Dracula.
The oldest Dracula I would say is God, I forgot his name. It was black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Everything had to be black and white.
Oh, what's it? It was either a Dracula movie by itself or it was Dracula Frankenstein.
No, so Dracula came out first.
Okay, so yeah, I want to drink your blood. Talk like that.
Yes. All right. So that was
think of his name.
That was the movie called Dracula, and that came out back in 1931. So that was.
Was that based off a book?
Yes. It was based off the book. The Bram Stoker's classic novel, whatever. But do you recall the name of that actor who played Dracula?
That's what I can't remember.
I can't even think of it. I don't even know who it would be.
I can't remember his name.
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Yep. And the ironic thing about that was he's Romanian, so he has that Romanian accent. Where's Transylvania? Romania.
Oh.
So it's almost like he was the
perfect.
Yes.
Honestly, He's my favorite Dracula of all these other Draculas.
Well, you know what? I like the last. I think that's the last one. What was it called? It wasn't called Dracula. It was called
Dracula Untold.
I think that's it. Where they focused on the historical events of Vlad, King Vlad of what was the name of that place? I know what you're talking about. You talking about the one with Anthony Hopkins in it? Was Anthony Hopkins in that?
He was in. I think he was in that, and it was on a boat. They were going to. It was.
No.
Are you talking about that?
This one. All right. So this one, he started off as they were fighting the Ottoman Turks.
Oh, you remember that one? I know the one you're talking about, where they tell the story of Dracula becoming Dracula.
Yes.
And it was like it was a war. It was like in a. Not Romans.
Yeah, it was that during that time, but it was the Ottomans.
Right, I saw that. Yeah, and then he did the thing with the blood, or went in the cave, or something.
Yes.
He did.
Yes,
but yeah,
the guy passed on his curse.
Right.
That I like that because it told more of a historical thing, and less of. And they all had the background of love stories. People don't really realize that. Like most movies have a underlying theme of a love story.
Right.
Which is But yeah, I think that was a really good one. Then there's been
you saw Dracula, right? Mm-hmm. Have you seen it?
Which one?
But of
any
course,
of them?
Not the black and white, definitely not.
Oh, okay.
The newer version.
Of which one though?
Of Dracula.
Because there's a lot of newer versions. There's probably there's Dracula, Blackula.
No. You know what? I was trying to hold
Didn't
my
Eddie
tongue
Murphy
and
play
say
Dracula
Blackula.
one time?
He played no, what was his? A vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
And I'm gonna give it to you though, even though it was Eddie Murphy and it was kind of like almost like a comedy type deal, but
Kadeem Harrison, Eddie Murphy.
He was kind of scary in that one too.
Yeah,
I think so.
Now, I don't know if you guys ever saw Blade Trinity, but I like how they incorporated Dracula into that one about him being a daywalker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That was. Yeah, that one made Dracula a more honorable Dracula.
Yeah.
In that one, yeah.
Because he's the first vampire, so you can't keep doing vampire movies and that. I mean, you can, but I mean, like he said, that was a great idea to incorporate him into a franchise like that, Marvel franchise. Yeah. Even if it's Marvel, comic books, because it's like the king of vampires now, the night sleeper or daywalker versus Dracula.
Yeah. Well,
but even I was going to say, even how they brought back when they said that. Have you ever read Stoker's Fable?
Stoker's Fable.
It's kind of the where Dracula kind of originated from, or whatever.
Bram Stoker's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name at the moment.
So, but I think that was one of the few Draculas that didn't have a love theme.
Bram Stoker's Dracula?
No. Bram Stoker's Dracula was totally a love story.
Yeah.
that's a love story, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the one with Blade didn't have anything to do with love.
No,
it was totally off that route.
I'm telling you, another one of my favorite Draculas is it's kind of kiddie, but Monster Squad.
Monster Squad.
You remember that movie?
I do not.
Oh, so Monster Squad. The kids form a team to kill Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, even though he was on the kid's side. The creature from the Black Lagoon and a mummy.
You know what? I don't know why I didn't mention that one. Creature from the Black Lagoon. That was a movie that scared me. And then you know what it was? It was that music too. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. That man.
Yeah.
That was a good, and it was creepy. It was a black and white movie again, but you're in the swamp or a river, and you had the guy was creeping up on the boat, and that was
Yeah.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That was that was another one.
What about The Lost Boys?
You know what? That was actually one of my favorite movies.
That's one of my favorite movies too.
Yes.
That's funny you said that and he said that.
Now I was just thinking about that when you were talking about the other one. I was like, what about The Lost Boys?
Yep,
I was
definitely.
I was too young to remember it.
I like that one because it was different. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing. Keith Sutherland and
he was
Jason Patrick. It was just different. It was a different vampire feel. You know, because we so used to like vampires and the caves and all that or whatever. This was like
suburbia.
Yeah, it was. I like that.
Oh, not to mention that. Speaking of which, Fright Night.
Oh yeah,
that was with was it Roddy McDowall?
Yeah,
that was a good one. But getting back to Lost Boys, this is one of the things that that I remember from that movie. Talking about the music, whatever. It was like thou shalt not kill. Mm-hmm. That little thing on it. So it's amazing how that music can really prop up a movie. If you think about it, like every one of the good movies had some type of either really good special effects or that music that kind of got you there.
Yeah.
But dag, you pulled a good one out.
I mean, I like, to me, Lost Boys, it was a little bit scary, but it's just a good vampire movie just all around. It was just a good movie. Like, it's one of my favorite movies. You know what I mean? I don't want to say nothing about no Interview with a Vampire. It's too long.
That was a good book. I don't know about because there was a couple of them.
That's what I hear.
The first one was the first movie was with Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah.
He sold me on that, but I don't think it was a good movie overall. I mean, maybe because I read the book first, but because there's a lot of that's written by Anne Rice, so she has a lot of good horror stories, but
I've heard that too, though, that the book is better than
always
the movie.
Always,
yeah.
But all right, so that's most of it. When you think about horror movies, we know we got the vampires, we have the ghosts, the goblins, the Frankensteins, the zombies, the werewolves. Name some other things in there. Bigfoot.
well speaking of ghosts, have you guys seen any of the? I know I had posted Scream. Have you seen any of the Scream movies?
Oh yeah, I've seen all of them. Yeah, and they got another one coming.
But you know what?
7.
Yeah. I consider that more of a mystery than a horror movie.
Well, but here's where where the horror comes in. When they were doing the movie, the guy that does the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They actually kept separate. So when he called the kids and did, do you like scary movies? That was the terrifying part because they didn't know who the guy was.
He's right. Okay. He's absolutely right about that because that's what made it scary and creepy. Mm-hmm. When they pick up the phone, almost like the movie The Babysitter. Like when they pick up the phone, it's like what's your favorite scary movie? That's what impacted the movie is the voice.
See now I think about certain things. Like for me, if I was starring in that movie would be over quick because you know what? I don't answer the phone.
If you remember in part 3 of Scream, the camera guy, the black guy, left and came back at the end of the movie because he didn't want to get killed in the first 5 minutes.
That was part 2?
No, that was part 2. Right. Yeah. Because to me, the whole idea behind Scream was they were breaking down the plot of a horror movie while the horror movie was actually going on.
Right.
It was. So that's one thing I liked about it.
Who he's talking about is from Above the Rim, the kid.
Which I'm trying to think.
The kid that was playing in the lead, the one that ended up playing in college at the end.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. That's who he's talking about. That's who played the camera guy in Scream 2 for Courtney Cox. And he was like, black guy, brothers don't let make it in these situations. Yeah. I gotta go.
He was like, they don't last 5 minutes in these movies.
They don't. All right, we're talking about some epic horror movies, but while we're here, we can't forget some of the stereotypical parts of the movie, these horror movies. Like, there's always going to be a white girl running and falls down.
The black people died. Black guys died.
Yeah, we just talked about one.
They don't make it. They're making it now, but they didn't make it past the first scene.
Or and like Mr. Glass said, the Jamie Lee Curtis ladies running up the steps when they should be running out the front door.
Oh yeah. Oh, the dumb blondes.
Speaking of which, we talk about doing dumb stuff. Was when they run to a place where you would think, I don't want to get caught by myself, like the tool shed, or I'm going to run in the woods at night, or
I was just thinking of that Geico commercial where they're all like in a chainsaw. They're like, should we be getting in the running car?
Wait a minute. So speaking of which, now that was Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, or Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one too.
Jeepers Creepers was good. That was really good.
You saw that? Jeepers Creepers.
And matter of fact, I believe the one you just mentioned was based off of an actual real event.
Yes.
Real murder.
Jeepers Creepers?
No,
Texas
Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay, so yeah, but Jeepers Creepers was also based off an actual thing, but not the monster. It was a killer. It was on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a killer. I can't remember what town it was, but he killed his wife. He put his wife in a van and shot her. Then he was cleaning off the van, and then a car rolled by and was looking at the license plate, because they played the game with the license plate. It was a couple. And when they rolled by, the guy, after they rolled by him, was cleaning up the blood of his van because he had the van parked on the side of the road. He got into his truck and started riding real fast, trying to hurry up, get to where he had needed to go to dump the body, right? And then he ended up getting in front of them, riding up on them. They was like, "Well, he's up on us," so they let him go by, and then he ended up, getting to his place. And when they got up, like it was a couple of miles later, the couple drove up and they turned their right, turned their side.
Yeah,
to the right
that
side.
beginning scene.
Yeah, that beginning, and they seen the guy dumping a body, his wife's body, or whatever. They got that
that's
from
what
that.
Inspiration. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of cars,
Christine.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
That was creepy.
All right. We're gonna play a little game real quick. All right, you ready? I'm going to name something, and you guys are gonna come up with a movie that kind of relates to that particular.
Yeah, we go
thing.
again. It's gonna be a black and white movie.
No, it's going to be.
Wait, so you gonna say it again?
I'm gonna give you a name of something, and you're gonna tell me which movie connects to that object, person, or whatever. Okay. Right? So, you ready?
This should be fun. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna take turns though. Grayson, you're gonna go first.
There's no need to take turns. Anybody that knows, you can just say it.
No, because you want just to yell out. All right. So, dog.
You just said the one.
Dog.
The one with the baby, the boy that he was just talking about.
You said dog or
dog? D-O-G, dog.
Cujo.
You see Cujo?
No.
You didn't see Cujo?
No.
Oh, okay.
That'll freak you out. You won't want a dog anymore.
Okay. All right, you can just yell it out. Cat.
It's Pet Cemetery.
Carrie.
Very good.
You said Carrie?
A Carrie.
Prom.
Oh, that was another one.
Prom.
Well,
Carrie.
Yeah. We already mentioned car, so I ain't gonna say that one. Wolf.
Wolfman? American Werewolf?
Man, you can say any of those.
Or what's the other one? Wolf also is this thing, Twilight.
Twilight? Oh yeah, All right, so
Twilight definitely wasn't no horror.
Yeah, but you know what?
I was. What the American Werewolf in London or whatever came to mind. You said wolf.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Invisibility.
Invisible Man.
He said
it. Invisible Man.
The scary movie franchise. After Marlon Wayans took a big hit and saw the invisible guy.
Wait, what movie was that you tell?
The scary movie, friends. The scary movie was the Shaun and
I got one for you. You didn't remove the bodies.
I don't know.
You're not gonna get this one because you already said you didn't know that.
You didn't remove the bodies.
Oh,
come on, Grayson, you can get it.
Dracula.
I'm thinking Ghostbusters.
Nope. Poltergeist.
I was thinking. Oh, right. That was
Poltergeist. Poltergeist. The plot of that was basically they built these houses, but they built it on top of a graveyard, and I guess they was sloppy with it and didn't want to, but they didn't take the bodies out of the ground. They just, whatever. But that was some really good points over there. Let's see. Horror movie. I said cemetery. Yeah, I did say cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
You said cat, but it's Pet Cemetery.
Yeah. That's about all I can think of.
Some.
All right, go ahead.
Pamela.
Mm-hmm.
Pamela isn't the name of a person.
Yeah.
So it's probably a new movie that I probably haven't seen. No, Pamela.
Nope.
What say you, Grayson?
I can't think of one for Pamela. The one I was thinking of was a 1960 something hearse.
Pamela, I don't know. What is it?
Pamela Voorhees.
Pamela Voorhees.
That was his Jason's mother.
Oh, really?
I couldn't say Voorhees.
Oh, for real?
I
actually saw it here, but
I never knew her name.
That's Pamela Anderson.
I didn't know her name either.
Oh, yep. See.
Oh, because I remember them talking about that in Scream when they were like, when she was mentioning Friday the 13th, but then she said Jason Voorhees, and then he was like, no, his mother, and I can't remember if he said her name or not. Her name was
Pamela.
Pamela Voorhees.
Wow. Okay.
I got another one. I ain't gonna say another name because that I guess that's throwing it, bro. Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Friday the 13th.
Pumpkin.
Nope. You're close.
I would be
Halloween.
Yep.
Yeah, Halloween. Yeah. Halloween.
Would y'all consider Ghostbusters a scary movie?
Nah, I would consider it a comedy.
It's one of my favorite movies, though. Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, I say that's a comedy.
I would consider it a comedy because Bill Murray, and Dan Aykroyd, you can't have them in there.
That's like saying Casper's a
exactly.
Yeah. That's not bad though.
I would say I got another one. I would say
I got one for y'all. Seaman, like a fisherman.
Oh, I don't know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There you go.
I was gonna say Jaws.
I was watching.
No, I mean you could do Jaws too as well.
Wait, you said? You said fisherman. Yeah,
fisherman, seaman, fisherman. Yeah. Oh, that's different.
Okay.
Okay. I got one for you. Electricity.
Electricity. Yeah, I could. Yeah, you can consider a poltergeist electricity.
Oh, I know this one. We were talking about this yesterday. Final Destination.
No, but that's a good one though. I was thinking Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Oh,
yeah, because electricity.
Yeah. Lightning. Yeah. Well, yeah, you got me with that one.
Because you had to get use lightning. That was a central part of it.
Okay, although that kind of Final Destination actually kind of came to life here a little while ago.
Listen, Final Destination, that changes lives.
That's a crazy movie.
Because to this day, when I'm on the Beltway or highway, I don't drive behind no trucks.
Well, do you remember when all those?
Huh?
Well, do you remember when all those cars, the power lines fell on all those cars in like Frederick?
Oh yeah.
Wait, that was a real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can't cheat death.
You know what? That movie got me scared to go on roller coasters. That's why I don't go on roller coasters no more. No, because of that one at the beginning of the movie, he's on a roller coaster, and I'm like, oh.
Well, but I'd
never do it.
But that you don't need to see the movie for that because that's happened a couple of times where somebody got flung off of a roller coaster, or wasn't that long ago though. So But yeah, there's some good. So we're gonna do. This is part one. We're gonna follow with some other good ones. We might even change up the movies, but let's keep that movie theme going for a couple of them, because you got horror, you got comedies, you have with some dramas,
action,
horror comedies.
Yes. But yeah, this definitely this was a pretty good topic, I think, and we're gonna catch up because we're gonna watch some movies and come back and give our opinion of it as well. We're gonna see Felonious Feather, Scream.
You wish.
I left a movie out, a scary movie out that it impacted everybody. I think United States. I can't remember the actor, but Pootie Tang.
Oh Lord, have mercy! I mean, it's Pootie Tang.
That was pretty scary.
There's a lot.
Shut that movie off.
There's a lot of good movies out there, and we'll throw some in. I know we're gonna think of something after we get off the air. But hey, Grayson, I'm glad you came in, and thank you for popping in on our podcast. So everybody,
anytime, brother, anytime.
Give Grayson. Grayson is actually the first person who actually was a follower on our social media. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Thank
so give him
you.
a round of. Let's give him a round. Thank you for your support.
I had to, because me and you go way back, red light, green light.
That's right.
Red light, green light.
Red light, green light. Red light, green light. So again, for you guys that's out there listening, check us out. We're on almost every platform there is. You can make it easy and go to our website at www.hottopix, podcast.com, and you can subscribe there, and you can check out all our podcasts that we have here and some of our events. Again, we have that event coming up that's a Saturday, June 29th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Myrie's Island Kitchen. If you want a nice little Caribbean flavor, we're going to have a wine and pasta podcast. So come out, get something to drink, get some great food, and socialize and have some fun and games with us. Is pretty early, so you have your little drink and not have to stumble home. So again, all that information's up at 4410online.com, and also our website that we just gave. If you have any questions, you can send us an email at hottopicspodcast@gmail.com, or you can give us a call, which we will not answer, but you can send us a text message at 443-862-2716. I probably got the number wrong. It's probably 860. Well, go to the website. You'll have our number there. So thank you all for checking us out. And like I said, we welcome any feedback, and let's get it for next week.
Thank you.
As Lamb Chop would say,
Ta-ta.
ta-ta.